From a hollow tree not far away, a massive hive of poisonous bees had been disturbed. In an instant, thousands of furious insects stormed into the air, their buzzing like a dark thunder rolling through the savanna. The zebra herd panicked, kicking up dust, and scattered in all directions. But one young zebra wasn't fast enough. The bees swarmed over him, covering his body, stinging his sensitive eyes, muzzle, and thin-skinned legs. His cries of pain echoed through the plains as he thrashed desperately, unable to escape. Each sting pumped venom into his blood, and the danger of suffocation grew with every passing second. The rescue team stationed nearby, monitoring wildlife for medical emergencies, received an urgent alert. Within minutes, their jeep roared across the dusty tracks, closing in on the cries of the suffering zebra. When they arrived, the sight was heart-wrenching. The zebra was collapsing to his knees, eyes swollen, body trembling under the assault of the poisonous swarm. Acting swiftly, the team wore protective suits and deployed thick smoke cans, releasing billowing clouds that confused and scattered the bees. Still, the enraged swarm attacked, forcing the rescuers to shield one another as they pressed forward. Two team members guided the weakening zebra with ropes, carefully pulling him toward a safe zone while others waved smoke to keep the bees at bay. Every second mattered. The zebra's breathing was shallow, his stripes streaked with blood from countless stings. Finally, the team managed to load him onto a stretcher designed for large animals and rushed him back to their mobile medical base. There, veterinarians worked tirelessly, injecting anti-venom, applying soothing ointments, and providing fluids through an IV to fight dehydration and toxin shock. For hours, the zebra lay between life and death. His chest rose and fell unevenly, his body trembling with fever from the venom coursing through him. The team never gave up, monitoring his heartbeat, stroking his mane gently to calm his panic, whispering as if their voices could carry him back to life. At last, as dawn broke over the plains, the zebra lifted his head. His breathing steadied, his eyes slowly opened, still swollen but alive. A wave of relief swept through the camp. The herd, which had been lingering nearby, whinnied as if calling for their lost companion. 2 days later, with his strength gradually returning, the zebra was released back into the wild. He limped at first, but then broke into a run, racing toward his herd. The reunion was powerful. The herd surrounded him, brushing against his body as though welcoming a hero who had defeated death. The plains fell silent once more, but the echoes of bravery remained. A young zebra had survived the impossible, and a rescue team had once again proven that courage, compassion, and determination could stand against even the deadliest of nature's forces. The sun was beginning to set over the African plains, painting the sky with streaks of orange and purple. The rescue camp was unusually quiet, but inside the medical tent, the atmosphere was tense. The young zebra lay stretched across a thick mat, his breathing shallow but steady, his body covered in soothing herbal ointments and bandages. The team had done everything possible to pull him from the brink of death, but now it was a matter of time. His fragile body had to decide whether to fight or surrender. Dr. Kamara, the head veterinarian, sat beside him with a stethoscope pressed gently to his chest. She listened carefully to the faint rhythm of his heart. "He's still weak, but holding on," she whispered to her team. "The venom is strong, but so is his will to survive." The zebra twitched in pain, a soft whimper escaping his muzzle. His eyes were swollen almost shut, but every so often, he lifted his head as though searching for his herd. His cries carried a deep sadness, nature's reminder that even wild creatures long for companionship and family. The team took turns sitting beside him through the night. Some monitored his vitals, while others fanned him to keep the flies away. One rescuer, Malik, quietly stroked the zebra's mane, speaking softly, "You're a fighter, little one. Don't give up on us. Your herd is waiting." Hours dragged on. Outside the tent, the night echoed with distant howls of hyenas and the thunder of elephants moving in the dark. But inside, the rescuers refused to close their eyes. They had witnessed countless animals fall victim to swarms like this, and they knew that if this zebra survived, it would be nothing short of a miracle. By morning, there was a faint but unmistakable sign of hope. The zebra tried to stand. His legs trembled violently, and he collapsed almost immediately, but it was progress. The team erupted in cautious relief. Dr. Kamara adjusted his IV fluids and ordered a small dose of pain relief. "We must keep him hydrated," she instructed. "If he can survive another 24 hours, his body might begin to heal itself." The zebra's struggle became the heartbeat of the camp. Everyone felt invested in his survival, as if saving this single life would somehow repay all the losses they had witnessed in the unforgiving wilderness. For the next 2 days, the zebra gradually improved. His eyes began to open, revealing tired but determined pupils. His breathing steadied, and he accepted food and water when offered. Though still weak, he had passed the most dangerous stage. The team named him Keto, meaning precious gift. On the 3rd day, the rescuers decided to reunite Keto with his herd. It was a risky decision. He was not fully healed, but they believed his chances of survival would be stronger with his family by his side. At dawn, they loaded him gently into a transport crate mounted on the back of their jeep. Keto neighed softly, the sound filled with both fear and anticipation. Malik leaned close and whispered, "We're taking you home." The journey across the plains was rough. The roads were little more than dirt paths cutting through endless grasslands. Herds of wildebeest and gazelle scattered as the jeep passed, and vultures circled lazily in the sky. Every bump and jolt made the rescuers worry, but Keto endured it, his spirit seemingly lifting as he neared familiar scents and sounds. Finally, they spotted the zebra herd grazing near a river bend. The rescuers stopped at a distance to avoid scaring them. Keto's ears perked up, and he released a shrill cry. In the distance, several zebras lifted their heads, ears twitching, eyes alert. Then something extraordinary happened. The herd began to move toward the jeep, their hooves pounding against the earth in unison. The rescuers watched in awe as the zebras closed the distance, their instincts guiding them toward their lost member. When Keto was released from the crate, he stumbled at first, his legs shaky. But the moment he heard the calls of his herd, strength surged through him. He trotted forward, unsteady but determined. The herd surrounded him, brushing their muzzles against his body, neighing and grunting in recognition. It was a reunion filled with emotion, wild animals showing a bond deeper than words. The rescuers stood back silently, their hearts swelling with pride. They had fought against time, venom, and nature's fury, and now they were witnessing the reward. But the story didn't end there. Nature is unforgiving, and the savannah is full of dangers. A day after his release, the rescue team continued monitoring the herd from a distance. To their horror, they spotted a group of predators, hyenas, stalking the weakened zebra. Keto, though recovering, was still slower than the others. The hyenas sensed his vulnerability and closed in, circling from different angles. The team debated whether to intervene. Their mission was to save, but interfering too much in the wild could disrupt the natural balance. Before they could decide, something unexpected occurred. The herd itself formed a protective circle around Keto. The stronger zebras kicked and charged, their hooves striking the air with deadly force. The hyenas snarled, snapping their teeth, but the united wall of stripes refused to break. Finally, frustrated and outmatched, the predators retreated into the grasslands. The herd had defended its own. Watching this unfold, Kamara smiled with tears in her eyes. "He's safe now," she said softly. "They'll protect him better than we ever could." The rescue team packed up their camp a week later, but the memory of Keto never left them. They often spoke of him as a symbol of resilience, courage, and the unbreakable bond between humans and wildlife. Keto's survival was not just about saving one animal, it was a lesson about compassion, teamwork, and the fragile balance of nature. In the heart of the African plains, where danger lurked in every shadow, a young zebra had stood against death itself and emerged victorious. And somewhere out there, running free under the endless sky, was Keto, the zebra who survived the swarm.